For this vest, I work back piece and front piece back and forth on circular needle upwards until vent is done. Then slip the two parts onto the same circular needle and work in the round on circular needle up to armhole. Then divide piece for front piece and back piece and finish each part separately back and forth.
I used this yarn so you can see the name, and I took 6 strands together, so 6 plies. And you will need 3.5mm needles and 4.5mm needle. So leave long yarn tail because you will need to cast on 139 stitches. So we're going to do the front first and cast 139 stitches. So I just cast on 39 stitches. Now I'm going to turn my knitting and we start to work rib stitch. But first we'll do in the beginning and in the end we will do 6 garter stitches. So that means we'll do 6 knits. Three, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to do 6 knits in the beginning and 6 knits in the end. And in between this garter stitch, we're going to do a rib stitch. Start with knit, but knit not like we would do normally for this loop. We'll do back loop. So we will be twisted knit, and then regular pull, twisted knit. So you will knit through back loop and regular pull. So knit this way until you have 6 stitches, last 6 stitches. So now this is last cross knit. Now these 6 remaining stitches will work knitwise, so regular knits. The last knit and then turn knitting. And the second row will be again the 6. So because it's flat knitting, so we're going back and forth, the garter stitch will always be knit. So again 6 knits and in the end 6 knits. Three, 4, 5, 6. Now we start with purl and we will do opposite. The purl will be twisted and the knits regular. So crossed purl, so you go into knit to purl through back loop and then regular knit. Crossed purl, so for the back loop and regular knit. And crossed purl. I nearly finished the row. I have 6 stitches which I'm going to knit. So we finished wrong side, so turn the yarn. And now you're going to alternate first and second row. So now we're on the right side, 6 knits, and again crossed knit, regular purl. So 6 knits. Then crossed knit, regular purl, crossed knit, regular purl. Then in the end 6 knits, then turn the yarn in on the wrong side, 6 knits, and the opposite crossed purl, regular knit, and work upwards about 9 centimeters. So now I've knitted 9 centimeters of rib stitch, so I did 22 rows. Now I'm going to change needles on 4.5 millimeters and do the same 6 stitches in garter stitch. So now we're going to do stocking stitch. So next 127 stitches, just knit, but we need to decrease 24 stitches. So I'm going to decrease every 5th, so every 5th and 6th stitch, so these two together. Again 4 stitches, knit, and 2 together. So knit this way, and then in the end do again 6 stitches garter stitch, so 6 knits. And the last is 6 knits. And turn the knit in, and next row is again 6 knits. And then all purls without increasing, just purls. So we're going to knit next stocking stitch. We alternate row knits, row purls, with 6 stitches knit here and 6 stitches in the end. And again turn the knit in, do the right side, all knits, and then turn the knit in and purl. So now you need to have 115 stitches on your needles. And knit up again 9 centimeters. So from beginning you will have 18 centimeters. So I finished the front. How I said, I did here again 9 centimeters. So all in all it's 18 centimeters. And I did 22 rows of rib stitch and 24 rows of stocking stitch. Then I put it in spare needles. And then I already knitted the back, same as I did front. Now I will take 2 pieces, front and back, and place and transfer all stitches from the front on the 4.5 millimeters needles. Make sure that both right sides. So transfer all stitches. So now back and front pieces on one needles. So we have 230 stitches, and we can start to knit them all together. So put the marker on. Again, we'll have these places will be garter stitch, so we'll do all knits here. Up here we'll do all purls. So we'll do purl till next garter stitch where the piece is connected. So we finish in purls. Here I have 6 garter stitch, so 6 knits. And then we continue to knit the back piece, so we finished front, and now we start the back piece. Again, 6 knits. And finish the purls on the back piece. And then in the end, again, 6 knits. So at the end of row, 6 knits. So in the beginning I did a mistake. I don't want to knit all the way purl, so I just turn it once around, and from now we will knit in the round again. So for the garter stitch we need to alternate purls and knits. So now we'll knit again knits, and next round you go into purl. First 6 stitches. And here we're going to knit always knits in a round. So knits all the way around until you finish again here. Then you will start with purls next round. Finishing row. So knits till the end. Now we're going to continue to knit in the round, but the first 6 stitches will be purl, because garter stitch we need to alternate purl and knit, so 6 purls. Then knits till you get to the again side where we have 12 garter stitch. So purl. So last 2 knits, then this side between front and piece, from front and back piece, 12 garter stitch, so this time 12 purls. And now again, back piece, all knits till 6 stitches left. And the last 6 garter stitch, say purl. So next garter stitch will be knit, so all round knit, but this time because we have 20 centimeters. And now we're going to do the first decrease before and after garter stitch. So you need 6 stitches in garter stitch. Now we're going to do the first decrease. So transfer this stitch, knit the second, then pass slipped over the knit and knit till the other side. So I knitted the front piece until I have 2 remaining stitches until the garter stitch, and I knit them 2 together this way. Then garter stitch, this time 12 knits. And decrease after garter stitch like we did first time. First one slip, second knit, then pass the slipped stitch over the knitted one and knit till the other side. And last decrease, 2 stitches before garter stitch, knit together and knit 6 garter stitch. So next row without decreases. So the next row garter stitch going to work purlwise. Then knit front piece. Then garter stitch purlwise in the side and knit back piece, and until knit like this until you have knitting 30 centimeters. So now my piece measures 30 centimeters, and now I'm going to decrease again like we did the first time. So I'm finishing my last row, and now I'm knitting again garter stitch, this time purl because previous was knit. So 6 purls. Then I'm decrease after 6 garter stitch this way, slip 1, knit next. Now take the slipped one over the knitted. And do it again. Slip, knit, and take slipped one over the knitted. And knit till the other side. So I knitted the front. Now I'm going to decrease the stitch before garter stitch, so these 2 together, and side garter stitch, so 12 purls. Then decrease after garter stitch like we did before, slip 1, knit 1, then slipped stitch, take over the knitted one. And 1 more decrease before garter stitch. Six pearls. Then continue knit up until your piece measures 35 centimeters. So 5 more centimeters. At the moment the piece measures 35 centimeters, and here I nearly finished the row, but I'm going to cast off 14 stitch on each side. So 12 garter stitch and these two. The same on this side. So then continue to knit as normal and cast off like this on this side. I just cast off the other side. Now I'm going to knit on the back piece, so back and forth. So knit till the point where we cast off, then turn the knitting and work the wrong side. Finishing the row, now turn the knitting. So first and last stitch will always knit and garter stitch. So the first stitch knit, and then work and stocking stitch, so all purls. So finishing this row, in the next right side row, so now turning the knitting, we're going to do our first decreasing, and this way we're going to do all our armhole decreasing. So first stitch is garter stitch, so knit, then 3 knits, and then after this we're going to do decrease on this side this way, so skip 1, knit 1, and then skipped, go take over the knitted one, and then knit till you have 6 stitch remain. So I knitted this row, 6 left. Now we need this side, we need just 2 together like we would normally do, then 3 knits and last garter stitch. Turn the knitting and wrong side, first garter stitch and all purls, last garter stitch. So we'll be decreasing like this. You can do a screenshot. Every other row 3 times in total, and every 4th row 8 times. So I've knitted all decreases. Now the piece measure is about 53 centimeters. Yeah, so about 53 centimeters. But we need 65. So now we're going to just knit up without any changes. I'll just change for smaller needles. So I counted, I've knitted 32 rows more after decreasing. So now I have 65 centimeters. And the next row, I already put the markers on. We need to cast off the middle 35 stitches for the neckline. So these 35 stitches. So put first marker after 20 stitches and after 35 stitches after the first marker. Knit 20 stitches like as we normally do. First one is babie stitch, then all knits till the marker. From here, cast off 35 stitches, so knit the next knit, then take the first one over the second one, and repeat these steps. Knit, take over the next. So last 2. Now 35, and now the rest knit as normal. Turn the knitting, and now we'll work shoulders separately. So now we're going to do the left side. So turn the knitting and knit other way. So when you finished wrong side, turn the knitting, and now we will knit right side from the neck, and here we'll do 1 decrease, same as we did for armholes. first stitch in garter stitch, so we're going to decrease on both sides. So garter stitch, 3 knits, then decrease, skip, knit, and take skipped one over the knitted, and finish the row. So finish the row, turn the knitting, and knit back and forth until piece measures 67 centimeters. And then put the stitches on the pin or spare needles. So I have 19 stitches on the pin for the shoulder seam. Cut the yarn and do the same on the right side. So on the right side we will start from the neck. So we already knitted 1 row, so we start from wrong side. Then turn the knitting, and as we did that side, we go into decrease for the neck. So knit until you have 6 stitches left. Then decrease, so knit 2 together, and knit till the end. And then knit same amount of rows as you did on that side. So knit back and forth. And place 19 stitches on the spare needles or pin. Then we'll work on our front. So take the yarn, connect with the knitting, and knit back and forth. Start with garter stitch, so same amount of decreasing for armholes. And decrease the same way, so garter stitch, first 3 stitches, decrease, skip, knit, and take this one over the knitted one, and do the same in the end of the row.
But in front we'll do a little bit different. We need to knit the V-neck, a V-shaped neck. So when you have 43 centimeters from the beginning, we'll start the V-shaped neck. So you will keep decreasing for armholes, same as we did back, but start decrease for the neck too. So I finished here. After 20th row, I'm going to decrease both armholes and neck, V-neck. So knit the first half of your front, then place the marker on the middle stitch, so it's where the V-neck starts, and place the other half on spare needles. So now you put this on spare needles, and I will work only with right side of the front. So turn the knitting, and we're going to knit back and forth on the right side of the front. So wrong side, but still have edge stitch in garter stitch and stocking stitch other, so purls, because it's wrong side. So decreasing for the neck will be every other rows 11 times and every fourth row 7 times in total. Then turn the knitting. Again, we are on the right side now. So use the decreasing for armholes. So we did 22nd row of decreasing for armholes, and now we start decreasing for the V-neck. So first decrease. And decreasing for the neck, we go into the same as for armholes. Leave 6 stitches. Now knit 2 together and rest of stitches. Then again turn the knitting and knit wrong side. So I finished one side of the front. After last decrease I need 3 more rows and I have 67 centimeters, so same as my back. Then I cut the yarn, leave this side and work the other side same as right one. So start from the center. Remember, continue to decrease for armholes. So now first 2 rows we know before the first decrease for the neckline. So you need right side. Then turn the knit in wrong side, and after we'll start the first decrease for the neck. Then again, every other row is 11 times and every 4th row 7 times for the neck. And armholes do as we did the back. So in the end you should have 19 stitches on both sides. So then sew shoulder seam. So knit back and front together. How to do it you can find on my channel. I'll leave link here in top right corner. You can press it and it will take you to the right video. Now we'll work on neck edge. Take the yarn. I will start in the middle of the shoulder seam. So take needle through loop and then take yarn over and pull it through. Pick the stitches up all the way round. So you will need to pick about 160, 170 stitches up. So it should be multiple of 2 for the rib stitch. When you get to the center, pick this stitch on the marker up, then you can remove the marker. And continue to pick it up, but place the marker on the stitch. I will show you later how to do it. So finishing the row. Then place one marker in the beginning of the row, so you know where's the round finishing. So place the marker. Now we're going to start the rib stitch like we did on the bottom of our vest. So knit twisted, so through the back loop, and regular purl. Again, twisted knit and regular purl. So as I said before, I will show you where to place the marker in the middle of V-shaped neck. So where was the middle stitch? Put the marker underneath this stitch, like this. And the stitch where we have marker will work regular knit. Then continue with rib stitch, purl, twisted knit. So in the next row, we're going to need 3 middle stitches together. So the marker should be in the middle. So how we're doing, we will skip the first 2 stitches. Then knit next. And then take over the skipped 2 stitches over the knitted one. In the next row, here already in the middle, I'm going to knit 3 middle stitches, regular knit. So only 3 middle stitches work in regular knit. And then continue with rib stitch. So from now we're going to alternate the three. This row will be 3 knits. Next row 3 stitches together, and then again 3 regular knits. So I already knitted another round. So we come into the 3 middle stitches, and we're going to knit them together like we did before. 2 stitches skip, 1 knit, and take skipped one over the knitted one. So 3 together. And in the next row we're going to work 3 middle stitches regularly. And knit this way about 5 centimeters. So we finish in the last row, and in the next one we will go into cast off. So we'll cast off knit over the knit and purl over the purl. So knit and purl, then take knitted one over the purl, and we go and repeat these steps. So knit, then take previous stitch over this one, then knit and take over. The next we're going to pick the stitches up for sleeves edges. So I will start in the middle of side panel, and I will pick up about 140 stitches. You can pick less or more up, but it should be multiple of 2 for the rib stitch. Then place the marker and knit rib stitch as we did before. Twisted knit and regular purl. Knit about 5 or 6 centimeters. Then cast off as we did neck edge. Then work the other sleeve the same way.